What's good, YouTube land? Nelson Form here, back again once again, and to people today we are here for episode 60 of our Let's Play. Ooh, okay, wrong button. Of our Let's Play of Horizon Zero Dawn. In the last episode, we did some bits and bobs.
Outlanders drag Outlander problems behind them.
Managed to clear out a bandit camp, which was very much needed, and that was kind of cool. Trust with myself. In this episode, we're gonna end up in Song's Edge, but between episodes, I went and basically cleared the map of any blue gleam, any animal figures, and the last of the salts that we and pigments that we needed for our return trip to Song's Edge. So as you can see, I just filter and just leave collectibles up. Pretty much cleared everything. I had to walk past these two control towers. When we go in this direction, we'll do those two. There's one up here that I need to do, and I kind of forgot about it. Other than that, we've done everything else. There was some here, some all the way up here. Some of them are really annoying to get, and some of them are in places that they shouldn't be so hard to get. Like there's one like here, and it's really hard to get for no reason, because you have to go through all that tunnel, and then you have to come out here, and it's literally here, and you have to climb down the waterfall that's here, but the water's not deep enough to just jump down. So I died like 4 times trying to do that. But yes, before we do that, let me just show you in the collectibles. I've got all the pigments, all the animal figures, but we're going to go drop these off first. That's going to be our first little detour at the beginning of this episode. We're going to go drop off these animal figures first. Is that the tramplers making that noise? Must be. Yeah, so we're going to drop off these animal figures first.
Saving these for the trail.
And I tried to avoid going to this place a lot because there's a campfire literally outside, and you can hear the dialogue that activates literally outside of it. So I've tried my hardest to do that. Also, I went and did the made sure I had at least the 2nd tier rewards from the oh no. Don't you get involved. Don't you get involved. You came from all the way over there for what reason? For what reason did you come all the way over there for? I don't need to be aggroing any more demonic machines, thank you. So rude. I wasn't expecting bandits to be all the way out here, to be honest. Bandits will fight Banuk warriors that are like milling about. Oh, that's kind of cool. Old benches sitting by a geyser. That's cool. But this is where we're going. This is where we are going for now. I'm assuming, because this is just deduction on my part. This used to be a facility for people who would come to Yellowstone to learn about the animals that were here. That's why the animal figures, we had to go collect them. Don't know why they were scattered, but
the magnificent American black bear, brought to you by Montana Recreations.
I'm gonna kind of keep quiet in this bit so you can hear it.
You never even felt the cold, did you? If he hadn't preserved you, would anyone even know you disappeared?
There's audio logs and stuff, but as I said, there's like a campfire right there. So like, if you use that campfire, you'll automatically be standing in front of this place.
Visitor center's a bust. I'm recording the strategic and operational value at roughly 0 point squat. No reason we shouldn't pack the staff onto a vert, send them back to Nowheresville as soon as the gates are locked. Enjoy basic income, ding-dongs.
So yeah, as I selected, it was a visitor center to talk to people about Yellowstone and things that were going on around here at the time. This should be a readable log, our final 2 weeks. And this is from the staff at the visitor center, basically telling them we got 2 weeks left and it's time to go. But it is what it is. I don't know if this guy has any blue gleam.
Gonna need this.
Okay, although no need to shout. And those are the pedestals for the rest of the figures. But in the meantime, we have someone to talk to.
I hate to interrupt.
Oh, yes. Hello, well, an outlander at the Shrine of Forgotten Beasts. Welcome. I'm Enjuk.
Aloy. The Shrine of what?
When the old world still breathed, a great man built a tiny totem to this beast and stored the visage inside. When the totem is placed on the pedestal, the animal is painted onto the empty air, and the beast lives again. Well, almost.
There are 7 pedestals. Where are the other 6 figurines?
I found this one in the wilds. Remembered the indentations in the pedestals here, and saw how they matched the base of the totem. But as you say, it's one of 7, isn't it? The great Montana recreations must have made more. Time has scattered them.
You said a great man made these figurines?
Indeed. He was, I believe, a student of the natural world. Like me, but surpassing my abilities 1,000 times over. The great Montana recreations. Perhaps the finest natural scholar the old world ever produced. For to preserve their images. I like to flatter myself that I'm an apprentice of sorts, carrying on his work. Someday, perhaps, if I am persistent, I can earn his name. Enjuk Recreations.
I think he's got the wrong end of the stick because he thinks Montana Recreations is a person's name. I mean, Montana can be a name, but I think that's more to talk about the company that was in charge of the stuff. We have this option now because I have all the figures, but I need to discuss some things for you before
so these totems,
we do that.
The images they show are of animals that no longer exist. They're gone, like the old ones.
So it seems. To think such magnificent creatures are lost to us, that we never even knew they were here. We rely as much on beasts as we do on machines. For food, for warmth, but do we study them with the same fervor? I do. For example, I have this theory about foxes. Why do foxes have red fur? Think about what they eat.
Meat?
Raw meat. Bloody meat. See? Natural causation. Logical connections. It only makes sense.
You've thought a lot more about foxes than I have.
Okay. Okay.
I should get going.
Of course, of course. I've taken up so much of your time already. But I don't suppose you could keep an eye out for more figurines?
If I run across any, I'll bring them your way.
Let's hope my internet stays stable for me to do at least this explanation. So let's move over here and have a talk for a second. Let me save the game first. Let me do a manual save. Okie dokie, that's done. Okay, so a little conversation we need to have about Gaia's sub-functions. We haven't talked about Gaia in a while, to be honest, and it's something we kind of need to talk about, and I mentioned before when we were I can't remember which fertility it was now, because it's been a while since we've done this stuff, but the particular sub-function I want to discuss is Artemis. Artemis was involved and in charge of the storage and reintroduction of animal species back into the biosphere. As such, it was a phased distribution and a reintroduction of animal life. Most of the animals that...
Very cold.
Okay, Aloy, I know
get
it's
it.
cold. I'm sorry. Let me move you back inside for a quick second. Most of the animals that we see up until now, badgers, foxes, rabbits, mice, trout, salmon, boars, goats, owls, and a few turkeys, duck, or geese, one of the two. But these animals were considered, or animals like that were considered stage 1 life forms alongside humans. So the initial plan was for humans to learn how to operate the Artemis tech, which unfortunately, due to Apollo being destroyed, that didn't happen. And then systematically reintroduced animals, the further stages, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and stage 5 life forms back onto the planet. And many of the animals that we find using the figures are stage 3 through 5 life forms. They are bigger animals, and many of them are carnivorous. You would expect or understand why the majority of larger carnivorous animals were not reintroduced into the biosphere alongside human beings, especially a fledgling human race who have no fear due to ignorance. That would have put humans in danger of being killed by the very predators that they would have introduced, or would have been introduced prior to them coming out of the facilities. So that was essentially the story behind Artemis. But we do see those morphologies of carnivorous predators through the machines that we have to deal with via Hephaestus and the Sawtooth, the Snapmaw, so on and so forth. So that should explain and make you understand why we don't see bears and tigers and lions and wolves and more voracious predators that could more or less be a hindrance to the development or reintroduction and development of the human species. But we're going to go tap this holo projector and learn some more about the American black bear.
Ursus americanus, the magnificent American black bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
How would you like to find yourself cornered by that thing?
I suspect I'd like it very much indeed. What a beautiful beast you were.
You wouldn't, because those are frost claws and fire claws, and those guys really hurt. They hurt a lot. You've never had to fight one. I had to fight 5 so far, and those were just frost claws. Anyhow, let's go give this dude the rest of the figures.
Injuk.
You've picked up my interest in the beasts of the old world, I see.
So
There
let's
you
trade
go,
in figures.
Injuk. That should be the last of the figurines.
So with each figurine, he gives us a different box. So 1 through 6, and then as a result, then we can check them on the pedestal.
By the blue light, I didn't know if I'd ever see the whole collection reunited. And look at them. They're beautiful. You've done a great thing, Aloy. These may represent the last record that any of these beasts ever lived. Take this. It's the least I can do. And come back any time. I and our animal friends await your return.
So
That's all for now.
Until next time.
Side quest essentially done in one shot. But we can check out the rest of the pedestals and our rewards as a result. So this one should be the
Concolor, the fearsome cougar. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Its coat is sand-colored. Could it have been a burrowing animal? Perhaps those teeth were only used for digging.
Bison, bison, bison. That's the actual Latin name of the regal American bison. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Latin? Perhaps that's some sort of old-world custom in which one repeats the name of a particularly revered animal.
Ursus arctos. The menacing grizzly bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Those claws look like they could rip someone in half.
Perhaps in its youth, but you heard Montana Recreations. He said it's grizzled, old. Its hunting days are behind it.
Complete misunderstanding each time, and I love it. Makes me giggle.
Odocoius virginianus, the majestic mule deer. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Not built like a predator, but perhaps it needed those horns to take down its prey in the absence of sharp fangs.
Canis lupus, the enigmatic gray wolf. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Could it be that these wolves and our foxes are the same somehow? Perhaps after hundreds of winters... No, that's ridiculous.
You're right, that is ridiculous. The classification for foxes, or like the generic fox species, is Vulpus vulpus. The foxes are weird because cats and dogs ancestor that showed canine and feline traits at the same time. They are a divergent species that's somewhat more related to cats than dogs. Same way with hyenas. They're a little bit more close to the cat side of the spectrum than they are to dogs. Boop. And then this is the last one, which should be the moose.
Alces alces, the noble moose. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
The horns grow like trees. Of course, this moose used those bizarre growths to blend in with its...
Now he's right though. He's right by that. Needed the blue gleam. We've got some mods as well. Hidebound, coil shock, freeze. Might be able to slap that onto something actually. But it's not something that I have to think about right
Won't
now.
be hard to sell a chunk like this.
I even check how much blue gleam we got. 47 in all. But yeah, that's pretty much that done. I need to go and put the campfires back on. So let's go and talk to the last few quest, the people that we need to go and talk to about quests. We will return to the hunting grounds a little bit later. I'll probably try and do that on my own time. But if you remember from 2 episodes back, one of the Banuk that we saved that was running with the ice, well, trying to run with the ice teeth, Ikri, she's waiting for us there. So we need to go back and talk to her and see what she wants. Now we have quite a bit of blue gleam. There's actually stuff that I need to go buy.
But at least she did it to honor the men of her house.
You're a long way from home, too.
Let's wear something a bit more appropriate for us being...
Watch your back out there.
Okay, let's get back. One of the things we have to go do on the way back is actually deliver this rail that we got. Because, in all fairness, it's been a while since we got that quest and we haven't handed it in. Come on, Desdemona. We have places to go, people to see. Our long round trip from Songs actually has taken us pretty far. It's taken us across the entirety of the map. And I do like how they've the quest structure allows you to kind of just go and just do things. Do run into small things here and there, but it forces you to kind of travel and do things.
Is this what you...
Hush, hush. A shaman's secrets are not spoken aloud.
Is this what you wanted me to find?
Bind it to your spear. Use it to attach this for now. You'll find more, I'm sure.
Why are you helping me?
The blue light is fading. The machine songs are ending, and what does the conclave do? They chant, they observe. No more. We must fight for it. And you are a fighter. We share a cause.
I'm not sure we do. I'm not even sure what the cause is. But I'm grateful.
No need for thanks. Only action.
Now I can attach modification parts to my spear. Works for me. Might as well get started improving my spear.
So let's open up that mod box. Spear mods are really good to have, to be honest. Being able to mod your spear. Spear mods are always triangular, so you can differentiate them from other mods. Don't really have better mods than the ones I already have, because that one is 29, that one's 28. I don't think there's any legend or like higher tier mods than that. I did play the game a lot, so I did try to look for them. They don't drop very frequently, but yeah. Okay, let's
Some Werricks have settled in
so we're not going to go over there right now. We're going to go talk to Aratar, but we are going to go talk to the painter. And we are going to go talk to Bergrand, if we can find him later.
Birds are always moving. So
When the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still
because we got to go talk to Bergrand, because Bergrand has a quest for us as well. And I really feel like I spend a lot more time in the evening and at night playing this during the cycles, like actually having to do things and it's dark, so I can't really see what half the time I can't see what I'm doing, because during the day I'm traveling between 2 points, if that makes sense. So I can't really see. I probably should change my TV settings so I can actually see what I'm doing. Actually, something I should do. It's a little bit better. The blues are sharper. Got to get to the top. That leap would have scared me a little bit. Okie dokie.
Not afraid of heights, are you, Sakuli?
What's to fear? A drop from this height, I'd just make one more painting.
Okay. So actually we haven't spoken to her yet. So we have to go do that. So this is Akuli. She gives you when you talk to Araya and then come back and talk to her, she will tell you about how to find the pigments. Obviously I skipped that step because I knew what I was doing. But if you're playing the game normally, it's kind of smart to come back here and talk to her before you go head out and find the
Araya
stuff.
said you two were friends. I paint about what I feel now, not the way things used to be. Araya understood. Most Banuk didn't. I would have been exiled if she hadn't had Aratak take me into their Werak.
Have you always been a painter?
I've always painted. But I wasn't a painter until I was driven out of Banur. Up there the markings are eternal. They paint over the same lines, the same colors, over and over. As a child, I learned from copying them. As I grew, my heart sank at the familiarity. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice. We have the look of life, but never really moving.
The Banuk rock paintings are impressive, but,
You want to know what they mean? That's not the right question, but I'll answer anyway. Some are called to the machines. The sacred shapes you see on metal casings, or on a cauldron door.
Do the machines listen to the call?
I don't know. Others, like mine, are called to the tribe. You could say inspiration or prophecy. And sometimes even men listen, if the painting is loud enough.
These pigments you want. Where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and cliffs.
And that's pretty much it. That's all she really says. So we can trade her the pigments. and these are traded in sets, much like the Banuk figures and the stuff that we had to get through from the base game.
Would you look at that? Nor all I need. Do you always travel with your pockets full of paint stuffs?
Honestly, Sakuli, I go around filling my pockets with most of everything.
Stop. I'm beginning to like you. I work alone, but come back around later, and I'll have something for you then.
That's me.
Maybe it's a machine rider who looks like you.
Where's she going?
You tell me. To ruins or mountains, through flood or thaw, past, future, destiny. But I don't think she's scared of any of it. You helped me. Inspired me. And the people of the Cut. Let this be inspiration for you, wherever you may run.
Once the Werak gets a glimpse at Sakuli's mural, word will get around about how I helped her. So that's it. Nothing more I can do to get people talking. Time to throw my spear at Artak's feet.
So that pretty much marks what we have to do. So I actually plan to go and actually talk to Artak right now. Sorry to deceive you slightly with that one. But let's rappel down and actually have a look at the mural. Let's go pretty far down to actually look at it properly, which is kind of annoying.
We remember Banu-kai,
Okay.
when the old ones were fresh in their graves
Oh,
and
this
our numbers were still small. It was she
Think of summer sun.
who led us through the frozen
Breeze through the
wastes.
trees.
We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in
I'm gonna do this and use the photo mode actually, because the time of day needs to change. Oops, wrong way. I love how the entire skybox moves. That's a bit too... There we go. So yeah, that's Sakuli's mural, and that's pretty much gonna be the end of the episode for now. In the next episode, we're gonna finish off this set of quests, and then see what Bergrand wants, because we have to go talk to him about the weapons that we've accrued so far, the Forge Fire and the Storm Slinger, and we won't get the Ice Rail for a little while longer. So with that,
the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banu-kai and her Werak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far.
oh, she tells the story. He tells the story I was trying to tell earlier. Haha. But anyhow, with that, we're gonna end the episode here. We'll be back tomorrow for the conclusion of this part of the Frozen Wild saga, and I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw here. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the bell to get notified of more content coming your way. Share with your family and your friends. I've been your boy Lan, the Ultimate Form, and I'll catch you cats later.